First of all, congratulations to Rayo for the match. We knew this would be a demanding game, Vallecas always is. We were prepared. It is still November, the season has a long way to go, and we have to keep our feet on the ground. We've always struggled here. This year was no exception. The second half was very frenetic, a lot of transitions, a lot of duels. Rayo set a rhythm that forces you to adapt. We had our moments but couldn't break the deadlock. In La Liga, you must approach each match differently, and today we couldn't find the breakthrough. When asked if this was a lack of intensity, no. We didn't win every duel, but we didn't lose them all either. The context was tight. It's not about intensity alone. Our defensive block held up, that's positive. What we missed was more fluidity, more danger in final actions. We've gone 2 matches now without scoring or winning. It's frustrating, yes. But we have to maintain our composure and do the work. It's not panic. It's self-critique, constructive, positive self-critique. We had players capable of creating danger. Rayo pressed us in a hybrid way, sometimes with 3, sometimes with 4. That means our build-up had to adapt. We used feed, Valverde, and Cruz deeper to stabilize transitions, but it cost us some verticality going forward. In the second half, I wanted more width. That's why we brought on Brahim Diaz to stretch their defensive block. It worked in moments, but not enough to create a clear goal chance. When you play at Vallecas, you need not just quality but patience. They defend the box like their lives depend on it. Today, we couldn't find the way through. No excuses, Alonso replied firmly. This is Real Madrid. You play every 3 days, and that's part of the job. The players know that. Of course, fatigue affects decision-making, but that's why structure and mentality are important. When legs are tired, the mind has to guide you. We've been working on that balance. We didn't collapse. We didn't panic. The structure was there. We just lacked the finishing touch. That's what separates a draw from a victory. Federico Valverde was fine before the match, we had the option. As for Trent Alexander-Arnold, he still needs a little more time after his recovery. He'll use the international break to prepare. We chose other attacking options today because we believed they could create danger. Sometimes you have to make these decisions. This is Real Madrid. Expectations are always high. We know where we are, both in good moments and bad. We have to be demanding of ourselves, but also measured. We cannot overreact because we drop points. It's still November. We approach game by game. La Liga is a marathon, not a sprint. Today wasn't perfect, but it's another step in the process. We started well, he continued. We had possession, we controlled their press for long periods, but we were missing something in the final third. Rayo defended deep when they needed to and pressed smartly in phases. We had to adjust. This is the reality of La Liga. There are no easy games. Every point matters. When you don't take your chances, you leave yourself open to nights like this, where one detail, one decision, changes everything. No, I wouldn't say intensity was the issue. The players ran, pressed, fought. You can't question that. What we lacked was precision, that sharpness in the last pass, the timing in our movements. When you dominate the game but don't finish actions, the perception becomes that something is missing. At Real Madrid, we don't accept mediocrity, but we also understand that perfection doesn't happen every week. You build it. You grow into it. That's the process we're in. Rayo pressed us in a hybrid way, sometimes with 3, sometimes with 4. That means our build-up had to adapt. We used feed, Valverde, and Cruz deeper to stabilize transitions, but it cost us some verticality going forward. In the second half, I wanted more width. That's why we brought on Brahim Diaz